about to happen. For me, it has to do with the return into the belly of the beast. Whenever I'm coming in this direction, I can feel my own excitement. Even though I don't know quite well what is exciting about it. And it's quite different from when I'm leaving. Because I feel exactly the opposite of it. I'm just saying that, not knowing how everyone is feeling. But yes, I should say I'm in a little bit of trepidation. Because I'm going into, again, dispensation that I've been struggling with for over 30 years. But I also know that this is a measure of things that have taken place while I was here that I knew about, and as well as things that happened that I did not know about. All of these are playing some kind of hide and seek inside. And I'm more interested in those things that contributed to some change and transformation unbeknown to me. Like in the past couple of days, I've been feeling myself so down. I began by blaming it to some bad food that I ingested. But this morning, I got an understanding. A lady shaman that gave me some medicine to wash myself with, she didn't tell me that it was going to cause hell. And so as a result, I didn't know what was going on, but it was part of the medicine that I took. I didn't ingest it, I just washed my body with this instructed. And then everything went downhill from there. It's still somewhere in that neighborhood. But I'm more positive and thinking that this is part of the transformation that was meant to be initiated by the medicine. And so my mind is more settled because of that. And that's what leads me to thinking about all of you in terms of similar things that must have been taking place inside of you, that you may have been interpreting one way or another, at least based on that which you've become conscious of, in the face of a phenomenon going on that we need understanding of. We can only draw from the information that we have at hand. What about the one we don't? What about changes that come into us without prior explanation, without prior justification? And more importantly, when those changes mean some kind of effect or experience out of the ordinary, out of our comfort zone, out of the kind of thing that we expected medicine to be about. This kind of comfortable, first-class transformation that can, fixate a permanent smile on our face, confirming therefore that the change is good, and so on and so forth. My experience has always been that which is meant to have a long-lasting positive effect never begun with this kind of touch. The touch of smoothness and sweetness and all these positive things that the hardship of living in modernity has led us to long for all the time. And so I may not be exaggerating if I think that some of those changes are also going on in each and every one of you at a variety of levels. And that's what I would like you to to keep in your consciousness. Not so much in trying to explain them away, but in terms of realizing that these are the measure of your immersion into a frequency that certainly is at variance or different from the one that you left behind and the one that you're going back into. Yeah, why not? And to some degree, I'd like to take that as the medicine of the origin, interfacing with the medicine deep inside of each one of you, towards producing something that can best respond to the circumstances of your living, your environment, the people you will encounter, the people you work with, the culture in general, the one called modernity and so forth, the one that perhaps your medicine in trying to deal with has eventually marginalized you. These are all kind of things to try to situate yourself within in a way that limits potentially the the usual way of responding. So as we get to this time, we've got to realize the journey that brought us here is the same, is of the same energy that one that is taking us back. Except that the person that came here is most likely not the person who is returning. The question is, when you get there, how are you going to respond to what was always there? I think it would be wise to give yourself some time to integrate the process, getting home and not jumping into the usual as if nothing happened, getting home and checking in with the spirit of the land, the spirit of the ancestors, and all those good things that have actually stirred you up high enough to become conscious that you needed to come all the way to here. You needed to have the journey. Maybe it is those spirits that are going to help you process this in a way that not too much is lost in translation, something like that. I'm saying that insisting on the part of the spirit of Africa that like to transform people without prior explanation, simply because of your physical presence in the frequencies of its broadcasting. This is the part that cannot be taught. This is the part that cannot be explained away. But yet it is the one